You know what fascinates me most about diabetes? It is not actually about genetics like we have been told. After working with thousands of diabetes patients, I have discovered something that is going to change everything you thought you knew about blood sugar control. Let me share something personal. I remember watching my grandmother meticulously counting her carbs, measuring her portions, yet still struggling with her blood sugar. Like many of you, she believed diabetes was her destiny because it runs in the family. But here's the shocking truth. Type 2 diabetes isn't a genetic sentence. It is largely about how our modern food environment has betrayed us. Think about insulin as a key that unlocks your cells to let glucose in. When you are constantly flooding your body with carbs and sugar, it is like making hundreds of copies of that key. Eventually, your cells just stop responding. That is insulin resistance. But here's the exciting part. You can actually reverse this process. You know what is really mind-blowing? Your body does not actually need carbohydrates to survive. I know, shocking, right? We have essential amino acids and essential fatty acids, but there is no such thing as essential carbohydrate. Your body can make all the glucose it needs through a process called gluconeogenesis. Let me take you into your kitchen for a moment. Those healthy whole grain crackers in your pantry, they're actually packing 10% more carbs than what is listed on the label. And that diabetic-friendly breakfast cereal, forget it. It might be spiking your blood sugar more than a table sugar. This is why I'm so excited about combining smart food choices with proper supplementation. Many of my patients have found remarkable success using like our SugarMD advanced glucose support alongside these dietary changes. It is like giving your body an extra tool to help maintain healthy blood sugar levels at all times. But before we dive deeper into solutions, let's understand what happens when you eat different types of foods. When you eat carbohydrates, for example, your blood sugar and insulin spike dramatically. With protein, there is a much smaller rise, but with fat, almost nothing happens, especially with healthy fats. It's like a flat line on your graph, on your CGM. Here's some game-changing food hacks for you for diabetes control. Speaking of food, let me share something fascinating about pasta that changed everything for my patients. You know how Italians seem to eat pasta all the time and yet they have lower diabetes rates than the US? It is all in how they prepare it. They use high fiber varieties, they add olive oil, and here's the key, they never overcook it. That al dente texture actually lowers its glycemic index. But here's even more incredible hack. Freezing your bread or pasta can actually make it better for your blood sugar, right? Sounds crazy? Well, when you freeze bread or pasta and thaw it properly, the starch molecules restructure in a way that makes them harder for your body to break down. One of my patients who combined this technique with the advanced glucose support saw remarkable improvements in her post-meal blood sugar spikes. But let's talk about beverages for a moment. This is where most people get tripped up. That 12-ounce can of cola you're having with lunch, it is packing 40 grams of carbs. That is more than many diabetics should have in any meal. Don't even get me started on those fancy coffee drinks. A 16-ounce caramel macchiato has about 60 grams of carbs. That's like eating 4 slices of bread. Here's what I recommend to my patients. Start your day with water and lemon, maybe some black coffee with heavy cream. Take your advanced glucose support supplement, and if you need something sweet later, try my special sweet potato hack. This is fascinating. If you boil a sweet potato for 30 minutes instead of 8 minutes, its glycemic index drops from 61 down to 46. Science is amazing, isn't it? Now let's talk about exercise and blood sugar because this is where most people get it wrong. You might think intense exercise is better, but gentle movement is actually more effective for managing diabetes. When you exercise intensely, your body releases stress hormones that can raise your blood sugar. But a gentle 10-minute walk after every meal, well, that's perfect for helping your muscles use up that excess glucose. The yogurt situation is another perfect example of food marketing gone wrong. Those low-fat yogurts are basically desserts in disguise. About 60% of their calories come from sugar. Instead, opt for full-fat, plain Greek yogurt. Add some berries if you need sweetness. The fiber will help slow down sugar absorption. Now I'm going to talk about some revolutionary signs of natural blood sugar control. What is it? Well, you know those expensive GLP-1 medications everyone is talking about, like semaglutide and tirzepatide? Let me share something exciting that your doctor probably hasn't told you about. Your body can actually produce its own GLP-1 naturally. It is like having your own diabetes defense system built right in. I remember one of my longtime patients came to me frustrated about the cost of the GLP-1 medications. Well, together we discovered that certain foods combined with the advanced glucose support that she was taking could help her body optimize its own GLP-1 production. The results were incredible. And now, let's talk about bone broth. It's not just a trendy health food. It is rich in glutamine, which is like rocket fuel for your GLP-1 system. I recommend making it at home, but here's a trick. You need to simmer those bones for at least 24 hours. One of my patients swears by having a cup of bone broth before meals along with her advanced glucose support supplement, and she says it has completely changed her relationship with food. Now, here's something fascinating about bitter foods also. They are like a secret weapon for diabetes management. You heard me right. Bitter foods. Every time you taste something bitter, you're actually triggering GLP-1 release. Think about arugula, dandelion greens, or even fresh herbs like rosemary. It is nature's way of helping us control blood sugar. But timing is everything. Here's a game-changing strategy. Start your meals with bitter greens dressed in apple cider vinegar. The vinegar slows carb absorption, while the bitter greens stimulate GLP-1. Add some protein, and you have created the perfect blood sugar-friendly start to your meal. Let's talk about fermented food. They're not just good for gut health, but like kimchi, sauerkraut, traditional pickles, these foods create short-chain fatty acids that trigger GLP-1 release. It is like having a natural diabetes medication working for you. When combined with the advanced glucose support, many of my patients report feeling satisfied for hours while maintaining the stable blood sugar levels. And here's another mind-blowing tip about meal timing. Eating your protein and vegetables before any carb can increase the GLP-1 release by up to 300%. Imagine starting every meal this way. It's like having your body's natural diabetes medication working at full strength. You know what is really exciting? When patients combine all of these strategies, the food timing, the bitter greens, the fermented foods, the proper supplementation with advanced glucose support, we often see remarkable improvements. While everyone's results are different, the science behind this approach is solid. Let me share something personal. I had a patient who was taking 300 units of insulin daily. You heard me right, 300 units. After implementing these strategies, including proper supplementation and dietary changes, she was able to reduce her insulin by 60%. While this isn't typical for everyone, but it shows what is possible when you give your body the right support. Remember, this isn't about deprivation. It is about understanding how your body works and making informed choices. Whether it is starting your meal with bitter greens, timing your carbs right, or supporting your body with the advanced glucose support, any change will count. I want to leave you with this though. Diabetes does not have to control your life. With the right knowledge and support, you can take back control of your health. Start with one change today. Maybe it is adding some fermented foods to your diet, or trying that bone broth trick. Add proper supplementation like the advanced glucose support. Remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is a progress. The future of diabetes management isn't about more medications. It is about understanding your body and giving it the support it needs to thrive. Whether through natural supplements, smart choices, or lifestyle changes, you have more control than you think. Take that first step today. Your future self will thank you.